Hi, I'm Mark Turner, President of the Gilroy Chamber of Commerce, and we're doing our Why Gilroy segment again today. And we have with us Kenny Brown with 2911 Tattoo. And Kenny is located at 353 East 10th Street, Suite C. Kenny, thanks for being with us this morning.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you for the invite, Gilroy Chamber of Commerce. Happy to be here.
Good. Well, we appreciate you being here, taking time out of your schedule. Hey, Kenny, as we get started, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, I've been tattooing for about 10 years now. I'm originally from Milpitas, California. I moved to Gilroy about 3 years ago. I opened up 2911 Tattoo New Year's Day 2020. So I was traveling around from tattoo shops from Fremont to San Jose to Morgan Hill to Gilroy until I made this my home. So I'm a tattoo artist, been doing it for about 10 years, and I now reside here in Gilroy.
Well, that's great. We're glad to have you here in Gilroy. Tell us why Gilroy? Why did you choose to invest in Gilroy?
Yeah, growing up, I had an uncle that lived here. So coming from Milpitas to Gilroy, I noticed there was a huge difference between city-ish to more peaceful, more quiet. So I always found peace every time I came to Gilroy, and it was always beautiful, even during the wintertime. For some reason, it was always nice to visit. And I wanted to move to Gilroy to find peace, as I got older, and I just so happened to open up a business here. That part was not planned. So moving to Gilroy was more of a finding peace, and that Gilroy was able to give to me, growing up.
Well, you mentioned you got started in January of 2020, and then about 2.5 months later, we were hit with this pandemic. And so we're in the middle of a very difficult time economically. And you've seen some ups and downs. You've been open, you've been closed. Tell us how has this impacted and affected your business, and what have you done to adjust?
Yeah, that was the unfortunate part. I opened it January and then I closed March. I was only able to really enjoy it for 2 months. The first lockdown, it was scary. It was really uncertain. Didn't know really what to expect. For some reason, the second lockdown was the hardest. I think because of, like what you said, the ups and downs, reopening, having to close again. The only adjustment that I could make was advertising the merchandise that I sell, letting people know that I'm accepting deposits to schedule appointments so that when I do reopen, we can get going. But I've just been very fortunate to have clients that have offered to donate money for no reason at all, no investment, for a tattoo at all. Just I can give you money so that we can stay open. I've been really lucky to have clients that consider this to be their second home. So along with the merchandise selling, it's the terrific clients that have helped out, and also the landlords here have really helped out with the rent because they do know that it is tough for small businesses right now.
Well, that's a great story. And it's, again, I think it speaks to the generosity of our community, the fact that people are supporting you the way they are. So we appreciate knowing that. So Kenny, tell us what's next for 2911 Tattoo.
What's next is to continue to, be a beacon of hope, to continue to be that one business that is not discouraged because of this lockdown, but more hopeful to build the business so that when I do reopen, we can make this place, like I said, a place of hope where people can come and just have fun and just reward themselves, excuse me, for, surviving this lockdown. So what's next is continue to advertise 2911 Tattoo, continue to support others, continue to just make others happy, and just show others that, I'm not afraid, I'm not discouraged, but more hopeful.
Why the name 2911? What's the meaning behind that?
Right. So it derives from the book of Jeremiah 29:11. The verse stands for, God has plans for you, plans to prosper you, not to harm you, but to give you a future and a hope, most importantly. I was looking for a tattoo shop for 10 years. I was denied, I think, multiple times. No one wanted to give me or a tattoo shop an opportunity to open. So I was discouraged. I was being turned down. For 10 years, it took so long. And coming up with the name was actually also the hardest part. So I remember looking at a wristband that I wore that had Jeremiah 29:11 on it. I remember reading the verse and memorizing it. trying to come up with the name for the shop. I just looked down at that wristband and I noticed those numbers look awfully familiar. So I covered up the Jeremiah part and I saw the numbers. If you reverse those numbers, it's my birthday. So 11/29, I turned 29 in 2019, and that just so happened to be the day that I signed to open up 2911 Tattoo.
That's a great story. That's really cool. Well, thank you for sharing that with us. Kenny, how can people reach you if they're interested in purchasing some of your products? What's the best way for them to reach you?
Yeah, I have an Instagram. It's at KBTATAU. And the link to the merchandise is there. You know, the best way to reach out to me is there, or even the shop Instagram, 2911 Tattoo, all one word. But, you know, I do want to say thank you, Mark. Thank you, Gilroy Chamber of Commerce, for giving me this opportunity. I look forward to contributing to Gilroy and continuing to be a part of this community.
Well, Kenny, thank you. We're glad to have you part of the chamber and the community, and we're glad you spent some time with us today. We appreciate you, again, taking time out of your schedule. Well, that does it for now. I'm Mark Turner, President of the Gilroy Chamber of Commerce.